All right, we are live. It is May 12th. Is it May 12th, guys? Is it May 12th?
It is May 12th.
Okay. Wow, it has been one of those days. I don't even know what day it is, but we're here and we're excited. It is our first call of May. It is May 12th. There's still plenty of time in the month. Becky's going to kick us off with some amazing announcements, real short, and then we're going to go head into the beef of this call with Emily Hawkins. So, Becky, why don't you take it over?
Hey everybody, and the only reason why I know it's May 12th is because my birthday's in 2 days.
Whoop, whoop.
I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, so guys, I want to start by talking about Summit. And Summit will be here before we know it, so we got to start getting ready. If you haven't joined our Summit group, I forgot the name. I think it's Diesel Nation Nashville Summit. I don't know, but ask somebody, one of your friends, and get into that group because we have a very special event that we're planning. It's a lunch, but we only have 200 spots. So that means you need to hit Success Club in May and June if you are attending Summit in order to be, I forgot the word.
Invited?
In order to be invited to that party. So that includes your spouses, your boyfriends, your girlfriends. They got to hit Success Club too. So guys, there's still time. It's not even mid-month yet. Plan a challenge group for June 1st, and that will allow you to get points in May. So start working on that. If you're going to Summit, the official Beachbody Success Club party, the requirements were upped this year. So we're talking May, you need to hit Success Club 10, and June as well, but you need to have a combined total of 25 points. So you actually need to hit either 12 and 13 or 10 and 15. Get to work now if you want to attend that party. The Star Diamond party is now a 2-star party. All this information you can look under Coach Breaking News. There is a Summit section, or check the FAQs, very important. Also check the clothing and attire for Summit. This is not going to be glitz and glamour like in Las Vegas. It's going to be hot. We have to walk a lot. You're not going to want to wear Miami 10-inch heels while you're walking from the stadium back to downtown Nashville, which is 15 minutes away. So make sure you do all your research about bags that you can take into the stadium. That is all in the FAQs. Do your research. Make sure you download the app. Check your Google store, your iTunes store, and download the app for Summit so that you know the agenda and what's going on already. Okay, May promotions. Start hitting up all your people. Follow up. Talk to people from the past. We have Insanity Max, the Insanity Max Kickstart. We have PIOs extended with the PIO Kickstart. You have Body Beast with Shakeology. And we have the Ultimate Reset, which was extended as well. There's a huge variety there for a lot of different customers. So make sure you review your contact list, old messages, and revisit conversations. There's also some savings on the 3-day refresh this month. So make sure that you check Breaking Coach News. One thing I want to say before we move on is if you didn't hear the wake-up call from Monday with Carl Deichler, please get on that call. You can call the playback number. I heard that you can also download it through iTunes, but you have to hear him speak. When he speaks, everyone listen. You just have to stop. He's very inspiring and has a great message for all of us. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Christina so she can introduce Emily.
Well, I gotta say, just to repeat what Becky just said about the Carl Deichler call, I didn't hear it yesterday, but I did hear it today, and he did make a huge announcement that I want to share with the team. If you haven't already heard the call, I do expect you to tune in because it was one of the best calls, national wake-up calls that I've ever heard. But we finally eclipsed the 300,000 coach mark. There are now over 300,000 Beachbody coaches in the network, which is amazing. And to think that when, like Becky and I became coaches 4.5 years ago, I don't know, there was like
30,000.
30,000 coaches, something like that. I mean, how cool is that that there are so many people doing what we are doing, helping other people. And you can't think like, oh, there's just so many people, there's no way I can be successful. Guys, there are billions of people that we can help, and we have the perfect solution to help them. So think abundance. Don't think scarcity. There are so many people that are around you that we can help. Help with the May promotions. Obviously, the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, which have been, like Carl says on the call, the biggest programs we have ever released, and are one of the pillars of success in Beachbody, which is nutrition. I mean, this is it. We have the full spectrum of what we need to help the people that we care about the most, our family and friends, but we gotta stay completely focused on the big picture, and that is continuing to grow, continuing to prosper, and continuing to help others achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. But I want to talk today a little bit about sucking, right? About sucking as a Beachbody coach. And I use that word because our speaker on this topic is probably one of the funniest people that I've ever met, and so lucky that Jamie Pfeiffer O'Rear introduced this opportunity to her, because if not, she wouldn't be part of our team and bring such levity and comedy and fun to our organization. I'm talking about Emily Hawkins. She is just such a fun human being, and I'll tell you a little bit about her, but I mean, she's near and dear. She came onto this team and completely just like won us over. Like, she's awesome and just fit in perfectly and is brilliant. She's a mom of 2 little ones. She has a 3-year-old little girl named Stella. She has a 10-week-old named Mitch that she's still on maternity leave. She said she's kind of dabbling with work here and there, but she's still officially on maternity leave. She's been married to Darren for quite some time. She has an MBA in international business and is currently the director of logistics planning. But aside from that, in the last 2 years as a Beachbody coach, has not only developed her team into a 2-star diamond team, but also is a Success Club 10 All-Star with a nice income coming in every single week because of her consistency and persistency. But it didn't always sound so nice, right, Emily? It wasn't all that easy in the beginning. And when we were talking about this call, I wanted to share the story of someone that sucked. Because I've been hearing a lot lately of people saying, I can't do this, nobody's listening to me, nobody's purchasing, I follow up and no one responds, I can't do this, I quit. I've heard that a lot. I keep hearing excuses. So I wanted Emily to share her story, how she went from sucking to being a successful coach and how she got there, and sharing some tips. So I'm going to start yapping, and I'm going to turn it over to Emily so she can share her wisdom.
Oh gosh, wisdom. That's scary. So I wanted to start with just a little bit about me. I can't ride a bike. I can't roller skate. I tie my shoes different than anyone I've ever seen. My mom taught me a special way because I never could tie my shoes. Kind of hilarious. When I was a kid, I was tutored in math every single summer because I was always behind everyone, always. So I was always tutored in math. When I was in high school, my mom made me take a typing class because I had to get my driver's license. I had to take a typing class, which is hilarious because everybody types now. But back then, we did it. I had to show up to this class early. I would go into school at 6 a.m. because I was such a slow typer. The teacher seriously was like, you need to find a job in something that doesn't require typing. You're so slow. I have scoliosis, so my back is curved, and I've been told that I will have to get my spine completely fused when I'm in my 60s, and I was divorced at the age of 25. So all those things are like, wow, she's so awesome. Yes, I am that awesome. But I know everything that you just heard, you're like, wait a minute. I thought she did all this other stuff. And doesn't she have a job in math? Yeah, I have a job in math. I do math for a living, and I absolutely love math. I'm a really slow learner. like ridiculously slow. And this business was absolutely no different for me. I joined, I was up late, and I was in the midst of trying to lose baby weight for my first baby, and I was really sick of a home DVD I was doing that shall not be named. And I started chatting with Jamie, and so I ended up buying Turbo Fire from her, and it changed my life. Obviously, it was a challenge pack. I bought Shakeology with it, and those two things completely changed everything that I know of as a, like now. So what did I do? I decided to vomit Beachbody all over Facebook. Beachbody, Shakeology. Have you heard about Shakeology? It was really bad, like really bad. You know, there's those commercials for the most interesting man in the world. I was the most annoying woman in the world. And so, you know, that's a really good way to turn people off and lose friends. Probably I got blocked or hidden from everybody. And I started realizing that I wasn't getting any action, but of course, like I said, I fail at everything I do. So I didn't discourage me. I was just like, okay, well, I'm not in sales. I'm not a salesperson. My husband actually is in sales, so it was kind of funny. But I just thought, okay, well, I'm not good at this. Then something happened, and what that was a girl named Kristen Gherkin. She joined our team along with Team Cup. Team Cup was actually July of a couple of years ago, and those two things combined just changed my business entirely. And I hit Emerald that month, Success Club 5. August I hit Success Club 10 and didn't stop and became an all-star. So that's my story, and you're like, okay, wait, what's the meat of the call? She told me that she succeeded and there was this random girl, and that's not helpful. So I thought I would give you tips. Exactly what happened in that period of time. So something I noticed I wasn't doing is I wasn't talking about me. I wasn't sharing about who I am, how I love math, how my daughter is hilarious, and I'm pretty funny too, actually, sometimes. And, you know, just sharing about life. So then sort of weaving in the Shakeology and weaving in the Beachbody stuff, because guess what? That's a huge part of my life. I wake up every morning. Now that I have two kids, I wake up at 4:30 and I work out, and I think only truckers and farmers do that, but I also do. And so that's when I actually talk about my workouts. And the best way to think about this post, this type of post, is, do you go to Target? I go to Target. I love Target. Slightly obsessed with Target. I post about Target as well. Target does not pay me. Target doesn't have anything. Actually, I pay them. I should just give all my paychecks to Target. But what I mean by that is I'm sharing, hey, I went to Target and I got this great deal. Talking about a challenge pack or talking about a fitness program is literally no different than you posting about Target or some great deal you got at the grocery store, because we all do that too. Or sharing a recipe. That anybody would do that. So just think about posting every single day, something, anything. Post about your dog. Post about your breakfast. I mean, anything. Your kids, it doesn't matter. Just post. The more you post, the more people are interested. And I don't mean Beachbody posts. I mean about you. Be you. Don't be Kim Kardashian. Don't be Christina Delgado. Be you. So another thing that I found I was doing is I was looking for one-night stands, is what I like to call it. And what I mean by that is I was just bothering everybody and their brother. Hey, want to buy this for me? Hey, want to buy this for me? Instead of like listening and, you know, posting and, like I said, being interesting. And once I figured out that I was interesting, people would private message me randomly about products. But like I said, I didn't want a one-night stand. And what I mean by that is I could sell something to somebody in 5 minutes. I know I can do it. But that is not a lasting customer, and that's also not how you build your business into coaches. and how they would build their business. So I'm looking for a marriage, not a one-night stand. So what I do is I have a rule of 1 month. And what that means is if you contact me, I tell myself, it's nothing I would tell a customer, but I tell myself, I will sell to this person in a month. So they are new to me. I have no desire. I'm not going to sell anything to them today. We're just going to talk. I'm going to get to know them. I'm going to get to know about their kids, their life situation, what got them off track. Maybe they're not off track. Maybe they're in great shape and they're just looking for a new challenge. I want to learn about this person. And when I take the sale off the table and I just give myself that 1 month rule, typically I actually sell sooner than that. But it's pressure for me taking that off and saying, okay, this sale is in a month. I also recommend keeping a list. Anyone and everyone that likes, comments, anything about your stuff, keep a list of those people and constantly check in with them. And I don't mean about Beachbody. Just check in with them. How are you? How was your day? Hey, I saw your daughter graduated from kindergarten. That's going on a lot right now. I can't believe she's so old. She's so beautiful. You know, I mean, I'm obviously a little over the top because I love children, and I'm hormonal because I'm 10 weeks postpartum. But anyway, I definitely think posting or talking to people not about Beachbody, that's a real person. That's a real friend. If you're a good friend, you're a great coach. So just remember that rule of 1 month. Give yourself that month. Don't think I've got to make a sale today because people smell desperation a mile away. Another thing is, you know, I was telling you I tie my shoes different than everybody else in the world. I'll have to show you sometime when I meet you. But something that I realized was one of the 3 vital behaviors is invite, invite, invite. Well, I literally was doing that when I started, and wow, I turned off everybody in the whole world. Nobody wanted to buy anything from me. And so I decided to, like I do my shoes, turn it on its head and do it a little different. And I turned it in my head to inviting, be inviting. You know, be an inviting person. I personally don't post a lot of negativity on my page. I don't like to read negative stuff, so I don't post negative stuff. Life is funny. I have like crazy things in my life, but I always try to make it funny or fun because it's just easier. Life's better that way. So my page is very no judgment zone. Tell me anything, you know, share with me your life. I will be your personal cheerleader in whatever it is you're doing. And I've had so many people tell me, you know, thank you, you've helped my marriage and all these other, I mean, amazing things that I had no idea I was even doing. So just be inviting. So not necessarily inviting every single person you know, just be an inviting soul. It's amazing if you look back at your page, maybe you've got some negative things on there. Maybe once a day or even a couple times a week you're saying, feeling exhausted, or I'm just so over this, or you know, you're talking about somebody rude you ran into. Change that around. Take that post and make it positive and talk about what you wish you had seen, or you know, how you love certain aspects in people. I've definitely done that many times. I think of an event of like something horrible, and then I turn it around and I say, wow, you know, there are a lot of good people in this world, you know, and let's focus on that because I don't really like to read, you know, about people being upset. So again, power of the list, keep your list, and be yourself. I think that is probably the hardest thing anybody can ever tell you. Be yourself. It took me probably 26 years to figure out who I was. I was married previously, and it was the greatest experience in my life because I learned a lot about who I was, and I grew as a person, and I know me better than anybody else, and I know that you know you better than anybody else. And there's somebody out there that wants to hear about you. They want to see you. I think it's really important to look at other coaches and follow their pages. I think that that's very beneficial, but in the end, you are you. and nobody is better than that. So be yourself, and people will flock to you. Something else that happens is you attract people who are like you. And I'm a 2-star, and I love that we call them stars because the 2 stars that I have truly are stars. Kim Carter was my first star and is an amazing person. And like attracts like. We are very similar people. Erin Bright is my other star, and it's no joke that her last name is Bright. She is such a bright spot in my life. So you're going to find those stars. You will find those stars when you become you, because like attracts like. I'm repeating that because it's just so important. So here are a few questions that I have for you to take away and think about. Are you working out every single day? Are you really working out every single day? Are you drinking Shakeology every single day? If you're hiding behind your table right now because you know I'm talking to you and you're not doing these things, then it's going to be really hard to talk about the products or even be that positive. I mean, personally, these workouts are my therapy, and they give me my energy and they make me happy. So if I don't have that every day, it shows. So are you doing those things? Are you sharing or are you selling? Are you like vomiting Beachbody ads? I think that they have great stocked pictures. Those are fabulous. I sometimes send those in private messages to people, but I don't personally think that those are very effective. For me, again, like I said, be you. And the hardest question that you need to look at is, why did you decide to become a coach? What was it that drove you to do this? Was it the discount? It was for me. I love the discount. But then it grew into more. When I saw so many lives and I was able to help, my mother-in-law drinks this, my father, my mom, my husband and I both drink it, working on the kids really hard. The 3-year-old is just really picky, working on it though. Anyway, and clearly my son's drinking it since I'm nursing, but I want you to think about those things, and whatever it is that drove you to coach, I want you to make it the screensaver on your computer, or the background on your phone, or the lock screen on your phone, or tape it to your fridge, or even tape it to your DVDs before you put them in the morning or in the evening or whatever time you work out. Why am I doing this? Is it to quit your job? Is it to help your family? I haven't talked about exactly what I do with my money. Daycare is expensive. Anybody who has kids knows daycare is expensive. So I use some of my money for that, and then I use the majority of my money for college. So I am paying for my kids' college. I got my master's degree at Georgia Tech, so I am pretending that they're going to Georgia Tech. That's how I did the math. Again, all about the math. So that I can afford for them to go to Georgia Tech someday if they want. They can go anywhere they want, is what I'm planning. But that's what I do with my money, and that drives me every day, knowing that I am able to provide an education for my children and help moms that are just like me. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I also wanted to say, what's the worst that could happen from doing this? I know, everybody's saying, I quit. Okay, well, last time I checked, the worst thing that could happen is you work out every day, so you get a really hot body, and you look good naked. That's horrible. And you make some really good friends. This team is a family. I mean, this really is a family. And you'll have more energy, actually. Like I said, this is my therapy, and I have more energy for my family and my kids. And let's be honest, you're already on Facebook all the time. You might as well monetize it. So that's all I have to say.
Oh my gosh. If you guys didn't learn a lot from that, then you weren't listening to the same call I did, because I wrote down some crazy good notes, Emily. That was outstanding. Like, I learned that word in Tony Robbins when it's like the epitome of good stuff. That was up there. That was outstanding. Thank you. I know you prepared for that call. That was not done off the cuff. You prepared. It was thought out. I hope the team blows up your page because that was really, really, really good. I'm just going to cover a few things that really stood out to me that I think you can walk away from this call and say, you know, maybe I'm not doing that like she is, and how she turned it around from, you know, getting blocked, getting, you know, people to unfriend her, not being productive in her business at all at the very beginning, to, you know, starting to bring in people into the business that are working the business, attracting people just like her, and becoming successful with earning Success Club points and becoming a Success Club 10 All-Star. She said she started sharing her story, and this is something that gets lost a lot of times when you start, you know, focusing way too much on selling and Success Club and challenge packs. And I understand, because it is a marker of success in the business. I will never say to ignore that, because I know that it is what causes long-term success. That is one of my mantras. Success Club is the key to long-term success in this business. But a lot of people will forget their story in the process. Like she said, look in the mirror. Are you working out every day? Are you being consistent with your Shakeology? Remember, when people are looking for coaches, they're not going to look for a coach that's constantly quitting on their program, on their shake, is, you know, complaining about, you know, falling off the wagon all the time. No, we're looking for consistency and persistency in the 3 vital behaviors, which is being proof that the products work. This one was, I think, highlight for me is I didn't want a one-night stand. I wanted a marriage. Oh my God, if you guys didn't take away so much from that moment, then you're not listening to the same call I was, because that was money advice. She says, I'm looking to make a sale in 30 days. I mean, sometimes it's going to be shorter than that, right? It can happen within days, but I'm going to stop. And I'm going to not look at this person like 2 points, but I'm going to look at them as a human being that asked for my help. And I'm going to develop a relationship with them, not a one-night stand. Amazing, amazing. And that in itself takes the pressure off of not only you, but also on them. Think about how they feel if you're trying to rush them into making a purchase. Be inviting instead of invite, invite, invite. Loved, loved, loved that. And also, you know, be you, because that's what's going to attract people like you, the hard workers, you know, the personalities that you mesh well with and can build an organization with. Again, you guys, that was amazing. I really hope that you guys you're not giving up on this dream, because we're just at the beginning of this. Carl said it yesterday on the National Wake Up Call. You know, when someone said to him, wow, you know, like, where do we go from here? We've reached 300,000 coaches. You've eclipsed $1 billion last year. He said, we are just getting started. I still feel that way. I still feel that way every time I wake up. Sure, people will quit. Sure, people are going to give up. Sure, there's going to be bad days. There's going to be bad weeks. But there's going to be good ones too. But we got to be in the right frame of mind. We got to switch our mentality. We got to continue believing that the power of this business is real and continues to be as strong as it ever has. We are on the brink of a brand new program that's going to blow the socks off our business. I know it. We're on the verge of new product launches at Summit that's going to give us that boost of energy that we so desperately need, not only in morale, but in the way that we feel about this opportunity. That I know if you were to look in the mirror right now, you would be grateful for it. Regardless of how much money you have in the bank account, how many star diamonds you are, even if you're a coach that just signed up, believe that this opportunity can change your life, because it can, and I know it already has to some certain extent. Don't ever forget that. Like Emily said, why did you become a coach? Never lose sight of that, because we're here for a reason. You are here for a reason. You're part of our team for a reason. It's our team. It is our vision. It is our mission. We will continue to be successful. We want everyone on this team to be successful. You got to believe that you can be. You got to implement these things that Emily shared today. I mean, I'm going to turn around and take a look at my own business and say, you know, what can I change? Because I'm coachable. If someone has suggested something and you ignore the advice, then you're not being coachable. Fix what is broken. If something's broken, if you haven't earned Success Club points, take a look, and are you being inviting? Are you listening to your customers, or are you just treating them as Success Club points? Let's move ahead in a positive light. Let's change our mental state and let us kill it all the way to summit. We've got big goals. I know there's people on this team with big dreams. We want to help you accomplish them. I'm here. Becky, are you here? Emily, are you here? You guys, we are in 100, not 100%, 1,000%. Be in with us. So that's it. That is it for tonight, you guys. Let's turn it up. Dig back into personal development. I think that is one thing that may be lacking across the board in terms of, you know, getting you in the right frame of mind every single day. Read your books. I'm about to start reading You Are a Badass. Becky gave it to me. I'm super excited to dig in. You do the same. Get back to your personal development, and let's go kick some butt. So I am going to shut off there. Thank you, Emily. That was an amazing call. Thank you, Becky. All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.